Working from home can be an incredibly productive exercise, but if you're finding that not only are you having to work from home, but you've got loads of other people in your house, like your partners, husbands, wives, children, who are also working from home, it can mean that it's less effective. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to remain productive working from home, even when your office space and your home has been invaded by people who are usually somewhere else. This has come because of the coronavirus, this video. I've had a lot of people ask about how they're going to continue working from home. It's funny because it's kind of flipped on its head a little bit. Not only are more people working from home, but if you are also used to working from home and now you've got people kind of invading your space who are usually working somewhere else, that can be very disruptive and your productivity can kind of shoot out the window. I tend to work from home a couple of days a week, but at the moment, over the next kind of week or two, I'll probably spend most days at home. I just don't see the point of going into the office. We have had a confirmed case of where I am, and I'm like, well, you know what? I really can't be bothered to deal with this kind of stuff, so for the sake of it, I'm gonna work from home more. The problem, of course, is that if you've got people working from home who aren't used to working from home, it can mess up your routine. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I remain productive even if I have to work from home or if I've got lots of people in the house. If you want 49 niche examples written out that you can download today, I've got my 49 niche example list just for funnel builders free in the description below. Get access to my 49 niche examples just for funnel builders by clicking the link in the description below, or head to sellyourservice.co.uk/49 niches. There's a big misconception that working from home is more productive or less productive. It depends who you are. Some people are like, yeah, I'm way more productive. Some people are saying, no, I'm less productive. I actually think that you can be as productive in an office space as you can at home. Similarly, I tend to work from home when I'm recording videos like this, whereas if I want to go into the office, I will go ahead and do like email work and content creation. So it's about finding the right environment for what you're doing. I've heard that working from home is kind of like swimming in the ocean. If you have only ever swum in a swimming pool and you've only ever learned to swim in a swimming pool, then swimming in the ocean is very overwhelming. But once you learn how to swim in the ocean and you understand that it's a different environment, it can be as rewarding, as fun, and it can be much, much safer. So the first thing to do is make it clear that this is a working environment. Monday to Friday is a working week. It certainly is for us. It certainly is for me. Now, I have to be open and honest. Olivia is incredible. She doesn't mind how I work and where I work. But when we first started going out and when we first moved here, I did say, look, if I'm in my office and the door's closed, that means I'm working. It doesn't mean I don't want to see you. It doesn't mean I don't want to hang out, but it means that I'm in the middle of something and I just don't want to be disturbed. I will dedicate any time that I am with you 100%. But when I'm in my office, that means I have to work. It's exactly the same when she's in her studio with her patients. She makes sure that she knows that the door is closed, the dog's not going to wander in, I'm not going to come knock in. It just means that everyone knows that there is an expectation that we are working. Which brings me on to my second point, which is to block time and be specific with that time block. So every single day for me, 9 to 11 is creating content. Now, I know that some people have got kids, you've got other responsibilities. I'm not saying that you want to then go ahead and block like 8 till 10, 10 till 12, 12 till 2 or whatever. But do block time that guarantees that you're going to get at least 45-minute blocks done. In truth, you're probably only ever going to get 2 hours decent work done in a day. So try and find 3 time blocks of about 45 minutes each, and you'll find that you actually get quite a lot done. I found that if I block out that time and I say this 45-minute block is just to go prospecting or just to create content or just to record a video or edit something, then I find I want to get it done. Parkinson's law dictates that any allotted time you give to a task, the task will swell to give to that time. So if I say, you know what, I'm working from home, I've got 5 days to kind of finish off these emails, you'll take 5 days. Whereas if I block it out in my calendar and say, no, from 10 till 1 is time where I'm dedicated just to prospecting, or from 3 till 6 is time that I do for meetings. If I block that out and people know that, it's much easier for me to kind of become productive and remain productive. Point number 3 is to remove distractions. Get rid of your phone, leave it downstairs, go to the bathroom first, get your coffee. the worst thing in the world is to sit down and say, actually I need to do this first, or I need to get my phone. If you hear that buzzing, research shows that it takes about 20 minutes to get your head focused into a task, and if you're being distracted inside that 20-minute cycle, it breaks it, and it means you have to start concentrating again. So if you give yourself 45 minutes and say, I'm just going to do this for 45 minutes, the first 3 minutes are going to suck because your monkey brain's going to be like, I really want to do all these other things and see what's distracting. Stick with it, and you'll find that 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in, it's going to actually be very difficult for you to come out of it, and you're going to want to keep working on that task. So remove distractions and don't give yourself any excuses to break that concentration. Be realistic with your time. Point number 4, don't say that just because a load of people are now working from home who wouldn't usually be working, or if you've got the kids at home because they're not going to be able to go to school, don't say, well, now I just need to work from 6 till 8 instead, and I need to work later in the evening. Be realistic. The more realistic you are with the time, and the more you block your time and are purposeful with the time you're given, the better the results that you're going to have. Rather than just saying, well, instead of being able to do it over 8 hours because I've got stuff to do, I'll just do it over 12 hours. That's the worst thing you can do. Be honest with yourself and try to answer the question, if I only had 1 hour a day to guarantee myself work, what tasks would I do? That's a way more important question than saying, can I now just expand it out? So be realistic with your time, and if because of the environment, because of the situation, you think, do you know what, I'm only really going to be able to work between 1 and 5, then just work between 1 and 5. Which brings me on to point number 5, blocking and grouping activities together. I only do meetings really on a Tuesday between 3 and 6. Otherwise I'm kind of spent and I haven't really got the energy. My energy levels are in the highest in the morning, so that's when I do my creative kind of high energy, high frequency work like content creation and writing and stuff like that. If I do that in the morning and I know that I've blocked all that stuff together, I find I'm far more productive because I'm in that headspace rather than jumping from creating content to doing social media to doing meetings. Kind of jumps me all over the place. So group your activities together and say to yourself, do you know what, because of the environment we're in right now, I'm going to only do Zoom meetings between 3 and 6 or whenever's good for you, and that's when you're going to want your customers to kind of jump into those times. A couple of last final points. First of all, I found that leaving the house in the morning is a really good way to separate work from home. I'm up at the same time, which is my other little point. I'm up at 6 every single day. I've tried earlier, I've tried later, and I found that 6 o'clock is best for me. So find a time to wake up at the same time every single day and then leave the house. The first thing I do is I go straight to the gym. I'm a huge fan of exercise. I found that exercise is maybe more productive at home. If I work from home for long periods of time, you go a bit stir crazy. So instead, leave the house, and even if you just have a quick walk, even go for a quick drive and come back, your brain kind of switches into this mode where it's like, well, this is a different location now. So you can come straight upstairs or go straight to your office and start doing work. Just leaving the house, the act of leaving that is really important to switching up your environment so that it triggers your body to say, do you know what, we're now in a different place and now we're going to do a different activity. This is no longer my home, this is my office. Let me know down in the comments below if you are working from home more frequently, or if you're working from home more in general, or if you've had invaders come into your sanctuary and are now basically messing around with your time and productivity. Let me know in the comments below what's going on. More important than anything, just stay safe, be good to each other. Make sure to reach out to people and join the Facebook group if you'd like it. If this video was useful, go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe. It really helps me out and helps the channel out. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for checking out my video. I'll see you on the next one. Have courage, commit, and take action.